Guys, good day and welcome back once again to another crypto live session. Crypto with me, I'm your host Ryan, and of course for this weekend, I'll update you guys regarding about the airdrop updates from the 8th to 14th of September. And before I start, there's a short scale past performance and start guarantee picture result. Whatever buying selling recommendation for tonight is due diligence for investing into any kind of asset. All right, so I think this week there are a lot of alpha as well, a lot of things that we're going to cover. Okay, so let's get started here. Right, so as you can see here for this week, first thing first is coming in from LogX. So LogX have finally revealed their TGE, okay, token generation event, and it will take place somewhere around September 24th, which is 10 days from now, right, towards end of September. So you might want to check your tokens, your LogX token. So if you have been trading on LogX, the drop happens every Friday, right? So LogX drop every Friday on the allocation. So you might want to go and check. Okay, so this is the website .logx.trade. Okay, and yeah, so I think this is the one. This is the website here. So season 1 ends on 9th of September, right? So this is example one of my allocation here, 594. Okay, so every Friday, right? So 6 to 9. I think that was the last one. 6 to 30th to 6 minus 6 to 9. Okay, so I think that is final. They didn't drop. They didn't drop the last week drop for yesterday's drop, which is the 13th of September, right? So I think it's really done. Okay, so yeah, you might want to check it out. And of course, right, price token will be another question, because some are expecting LogX to be at least somewhere around 30 cents, right, all the way to $1. I'm not sure how realistic is, but some say I'm mentioning like what 0.1. Extreme level would be like 25 cents and 30 cents. So 20 cents. So it's like if you have, example like me, like 590 or close to about 600, right? So times by like, let's say give the worst case scenario like 20 cents, $120. So maybe I would say it might cover a little bit, or might consider break even on my guess, on my amount that I've been trading or the fees that I've been burning. Okay, so yeah, I think this is much more better compared to orderly, right? So yeah, you might want to wait on the TGE event. So yeah, TGE event is happening on the 24th, which is end of September. Okay, and then moving on next, we have Etherfi. So Etherfi season 3, very, very fast. They have again ended on today, which is 14th of September. So checker will be happening on the 17th, which is 3 days from now. Okay, so claims will be on the 23rd, which is on, yeah, somewhere around, yeah, also similar like LogX, 1 day before LogX, which is also end of September. So checker, right, 17, which is 3 days, which is on the Tuesday, right? So Etherfi checker. So you might want to write down, okay, Etherfi checker for season 3. Okay, so yeah, for those of you who are still providing liquidity or staking your Ethereum to other platforms, as long as you continue to stake rather than taking it out, right? So I think you should at least qualify for season 3. So you're qualified for season 1, season 2, then now it's season 3. So yeah, and then another thing is that you want to make sure that you want to claim maybe on the Arbitrum or the Beast network rather than Ethereum mainnet, because it's quite costly. So you might want to go and participate on the survey and say that you want to claim on either Arbitrum or Beast, right? So if not, if you don't choose, then by default your token to claim is somewhere on Ethereum mainnet. Okay, so you don't want that to happen unless you really want under Ethereum mainnet. Okay, and then of course next we can see here coming in from Swan Chain. So Swan Chain, they launched the Swan Chain mission on chain. So it's happening for the next 6 weeks. So if you have been doing this airdrop or Swan Chain, might want to continue to participate. So there's so many this file storage system. Okay, you want to take note on the latest update. So right now there's just one task available: bridge Ethereum to Swan Chain, and you will earn 50 points per day for each Ethereum you hold. Right. So this is the mission. Right. Might want to check it out. But again, I think there are too many platforms to do. Right. And this is the mainnet. Okay. So you're gonna check how much is the funding on this project, and then Therefore, you can decide whether you want to continue. But I think this has been long going. So you don't want to be in the middle of this type of activity, right? Or you could be risking your coming in at the peak. Okay, so yeah, this is the Swan chain. Okay, and then moving on next with the Swell. So if you have been staking on Swell or you stake somewhere else using the Swell token or RSW Swell, okay. Now what's happening is that the airdrop updates they just recently announced Gamma Swap will no longer be airdropping to Swell L2 during the pre-launch. Okay, so it will be replaced by this team called Bobby Finance. Okay, so I think for airdrop wise, I think we're gonna wait for this Swell to drop. Yeah, I think they're going to be airdropping very soon. So continue to restake, continue to hold your restaking token. Because if you're gonna take out halfway, then I think it's gonna disqualify you, right? So you don't want that. You want to make sure that fully qualified until the official snapshot. And then only you might want to unstake, okay? You might want to unstake or undelegate or whichever. Then next, you can see here, this is coming in from Scroll. So if you have been doing Scroll, or since last year, you have mint the Scroll Origin NFT, which is the OG NFT, right? If you have early in the space from last year itself, okay, you should at least qualify for some tokens called Scroll Pump. So Scroll Pump, I believe, is a meme coin, nothing but a meme coin. Okay, so you can see Pump on Scroll. This is the first meme coin launch on Scroll network. So this Pump token will be listing somewhere around 16, which is 2 days from now. 80% of the token will be allocated for the community drop. Okay, so if you have invited friends, right? I mean, if you use your referral link to sponsor, okay, and so happen if that the member or your friend happen to farm Scroll, okay, they should at least get 500 pump and you will also get 500 pump as well. Okay, so yeah, I think these are the incentives, short-term incentive. And I think it will run until 16 of September, right? So 1/16, I think you're gonna this token. Okay. And then you might want to, because I think this is absolutely free. Okay, so you want to connect. Okay, so you might want to connect your MetaMask or your Rabbit wallet. I think it's safe because I've already connected, so I think it should be fine. Okay, but again, anything that is free, you might want to lower down your expectation. Okay, things like that, free, I don't expect high hopes. Let's see how this platform will deliver. Because this is absolutely, it's a meme coin. There's no utility at all based on hype, based on community trust. And yeah, I think this is a good opportunity to have some free tokens while this thing is having a huge mania, huge hype on itself, right? So yeah. Then, of course, next you can see coming in from Solana side, which is the restaking, like Solayer. So Solayer, as you know, that there is another additional backing funders, additional about 12 million funding, and it's coming in from Binance. So what is Binance's role here is that they are actually helping, okay, Solana staking with liquid restaking in Binance app. All right, so not only that, Solayer is backed by Binance. Okay, so Binance is now using Solayer tech inside Binance app for the users. I think which is really, really quite good. But looking at the amount, just only 12 million, which also caused another doubt because we had Sanctum, which is somewhere around the same funding. I think 10 to 12 million. But the amount of airdrop that we receive is not even close to $5, probably coffee money, I would say. Okay, so don't have any high expectations. If you are restaking your Solana Solayer and expecting life-changing wealth or any 4 to 5 figure sum, I highly doubt that. So might want to lower down your expectations, and you might get disappointed. That's all I can say. So the only thing is that we are taking advantage because instead of leaving your Solana in your Phantom or your backpack wallet, you might want to at least lend it to Solayer, stake it into Solayer, so that you somehow take advantage of the incentive from Solayer, rather than leaving it there under a normal wallet and not receiving anything. So at least you're getting something, right? Some small little tidbits or interest from Solayer, right? So it's the same thing like Sanctum, right? But again, I'm not really having high hopes on this type of staking because it is totally passive. I don't think you don't have to do much. So anything that is passive, prepare for disappointment. Okay, lower down your expectation. Okay, this is not the same era like 𝗧𝗀𝗀. So 𝗧𝗀𝗀, as you know, that there is less farmer, less users are actually sticking on 𝗧𝗀𝗀. Unlike compare now, we have many users now are actually actively farming on Solana. So you cannot transition back to the old days like 𝗧𝗀𝗀. There's no way. If you look at the amount of users in Solana itself, it's massive amount, like 10 times or 100 times the users and of course the transaction as well. So gone were the days of 𝗧𝗀𝗀, okay, to make that kind of life-changing wealth, like 5-figure, totally 5-figure, right? Okay, and then of course next we can see coming in from Cosmos side. So Cosmos, as you know, that we having the Defund, the Defund airdrop. Okay, so if you are stake Celestia, okay, or you're holding Celestia, and this is for testnet and mainnet participants. So I think they're going to airdrop very soon. 17% of them going to be distributed through an airdrop. But again, this is also another testnet guide, so I'm not sure whether I want to do it because, again, the so-called incentivized testnet, there is no how much is the funding? That is the most important thing. So if not able to disclose your funding amount, how much, then I don't think it's worthwhile. Okay, if you're not going to disclose how much you're going to, or the VCs are willing to announce how much are they going to invest, you're going to be very secretive about it, then sorry, not going to do it. Okay, because you have seen and I've learned my lesson on all those so-called incentivized airdrop or incentivized testnet. Okay, they claim to be incentivized, but end of the day, nothing is rewarded to the farmers or to the users. Okay, so you might want to pay attention on this. You might want to learn a lesson as well along the way. So you might want to play it smart rather than do things for free and waste your time. Okay, so yeah, last but not least, we can see coming in from the Plume network. So if you have been farming Plume or have been actively, doing restaking or doing the real world asset tasks, okay, or daily check-in. So I think now they have already moved to airplane mode, and you can able to calculate how much points, how much miles points that you have, and it is time to upgrade your account. So it's absolutely free. All you need to do is log into the Plume site and then check your miles points. And now you have moved on to another task. So this is like a V2, right? Testnet V2. Okay, so the platform will enter airplane mode. So while meanwhile airplane mode, you can still do some tasks. There is 2 tasks that requires you to participate in the 𝗀𝗃 activity, and you'll be earning miles points as well. So meanwhile, while they're doing this, you might want to check on your stats here. How much of Plume miles have you accumulated? How many people that you've recruited? Then, of course, you might want to do the remaining task that is onboarded. Okay, so that is all for this week. And I think for next week, which is the token 2049, I think most of us will be there, will be actively participating. Okay, major events are happening in Singapore. Okay, so I'll be there as well. And hope to see you guys